This is the story of one boat, its life and its death, and all the things it did. This is the story of the HMS Natal. It's the 30th of September, 1905. Well, it isn't now, but you know what I mean. And people are lining the streets of Barrow-in-Furness to see a new armoured cruiser launch from the shipyard Vickers and Maxime. The Duke and Duchess of Devonshire were there to commence the launch. Also present was Sir William Arbuckle, the Agent General for the province of Natal in South Africa. The Duchess cut the ribbon, but the champagne failed to break as it hit the boat, but swung back, and it was successfully broken the second time. The Duchess then proclaimed, "I name this ship Natal, and may God bless all who sail in her." And with that, the Natal was lowered into the water. Do you like my impression of the Duchess? Do you? I thought you did. The Natal was brought into the Navy in 1907, where its interesting, if short, life began. Her first captain was Stuart Nicholson, who remained in charge until December 1908, when Frederick Ogilvie took over, but he died after only a year. When William Hall took charge, the Natal became the best shooting ship in the Navy, winning the gun-laying trophy. However, that year, Hull was found responsible for the death of Seaman George Smith, because whilst a gun turret was moving, there was no sentry to warn Smith of the danger. However, things on the whole were still looking good for Natal. In 1911, the Natal accompanied the royal yacht to India, so that the King, George V, could become Indian Emperor. And then, under Captain Clement Greatorex, the Natal carried the deceased American ambassador to Britain, Whitelaw Reid, back to the US. It was a difficult crossing, and the Natal needed to be majorly repaired. This is an artist's impression, not a picture, just letting you know. Then along came Captain John Green. Green was an interesting character, with a certain reputation in the Navy, after getting embroiled in 2 courts of inquiry during his time there, but he was put in charge of the Natal nonetheless. But another court of inquiry came when the Natal crashed into a fishing boat in July 1913. The court said that the Natal's speed was excessive. The Admiralty basically said, "Nuh-uh," and Green was free to go. Throughout the early years of World War I, John Green was still in charge of the Natal, before it passed to Captain Eric Back. Natal spent her time between Scapa Flow in Orkney and Cromarty Firth in the Highlands of Scotland during the First World War. It's December 30th, 1915. Well, it isn't now, but you know what I mean. It's nearly the end of the year, and celebrations are taking place on board the Natal, which is docked in the Cromarty Firth. The factor of the nearby Novara estate and his family are on board, as are many men who worked on the vessel. Not all of them, though. There's a football match taking place here in Invergordon against local soldiers. They're playing a film on board the Natal, and then, at 3:25, the Natal, out of nowhere, sent a signal, "Ship on fire," to Cromarty. Just 5 minutes later, the Natal had capsized with a series of explosions finishing her off. Other vessels rushed to the scene, and they saved around 300 lives. But between 390 and 421 people died, and also the cat on the ship, Rudolph. Bodies washed up around the Firth, being buried in Invergordon and the nearby town of Cromarty, which the Firth is named after. The explosion was declared to be a cordite fire that had spread to the magazine. When naval vessels passed the Natal wreck in years to come, they saluted the vessel and those who had died. In Invergordon today, there is a memorial garden to Natal, opened in 2000 by celebrity gardener Charlie Dimmock. I feel I should leave you with an extract of a poem by Natal survivor Bert Payne. 400 of Britain's bravest gave their lives whilst waiting to crush those Huns. 400 of her staunchest sailors lost their lives within reach of our guns. God bless those widows and orphans, and wherever this tale be told, just take off your hats to those brave lads of the Nats who died like Britishers bold. I suppose all that's left to say is goodbye.